Your morning workout going?
Hot. You think the dock will have American Power and we can plug in?
So we're about to start the engines, lift the anchor, because we're going to a dock for just a day or just 2 days, because we have a quick little simple warranty thing to get done on one of our engines. So right here, you can see we're getting a leak of gear oil out of the bottom of the bell housing here, and it's because there's a shaft that goes like that way into the back of this engine. They connect somehow, but there's a shaft there, and there's a oil seal around that shaft to keep the gear oil in while that shaft goes out, and that oil seal must be leaking a little bit. It's not a ton. This is from like a while. I don't really have to add any oil here like periodically, like maybe once in a long while, like once a gear oil change or something. But it's slowly dripping out of there. So Seawind's tech said that he's seen that, and every time he's seen it, that 10 or 12 times he's seen it, it's because people have overfilled the gear oil in the sail drive, and he recommended to just fill it to the bottom mark, like just to the bottom mark. So it's technically within range, but not beyond that, because there's a bottom mark and a top mark. And I've done that for 2 gear oil changes now. I mean, we're still getting the same drip. So I talked to the guys here, Palm Tree, and they said, yeah, they're surprised they're seeing it at this new of engines. But it's a very simple thing. They can actually you can't take the sail drive, do anything with that while the engine's in the water, but they can disconnect this whole thing and like push the whole engine that way backwards for us, and then just access that seal and replace it. So that's what we're gonna have them do. These engines have been incredible, by the way. It's really nice to have new, simple, reliable, powerful engines, and these are the Yanmar 3YM30s. These engines have been really good, so hopefully we get this taken care of. Hopefully it's just smooth under warranty, straightforward, and get off the dock again. You didn't have to shut the AC off this morning, did you?
Hey, Clark Port Marina, this is Maurice. You were scheduled to come on the dock today. We're just pulling in. We're just about out in front of you guys.
So just stay standby, so I will let you know if it's coming on the dock, okay? Just stay standby. Thank you.
Did you understand that?
Can you repeat what you said?
That's okay. So I'll come down to the dock and I will let you know which is coming on the dock. So just stay standby for me, please, okay?
Did you understand that?
Have you ever used one of those things before?
I don't think so. We've always had old painted boats, and you generally don't polish painted boats. I mean, unless you use all craft, which is the spray on, then you can polish it, but we've never done that. Always painted, rolled and tip, and you can't polish Alex Seal or all grip roll when you use the roll and tip formula of those products. But this is a gel coat boat, and we're gonna polish her up. Actually, we're just gonna wax her because gel coat's in really good shape. We just gotta apply some new wax. So I already washed that side of the hull.
So we paid someone to do this when we left the boatyard the last time, and just because we were doing other projects, but this is the first time we're ever waxing the hull of a boat. Wild.
Always had old boats. So our surface is it's really clean. We're inside of like the wax period. Gel coat's in really good condition, so we don't have to do any polish, and we can just apply another layer of wax.
So you go with the drill thing,
Okay.
and then all.
Wipe off?
Yep.
With a microfiber, clean
Yep.
microfiber. Okay. This is gonna be a shoulder burner. Let it dry to a haze, but you don't want it to harden.
Which it looks like it's starting.
Maybe. How's that look?
Is this looking shinier than over there?
I don't know if it's supposed to look shinier because it's already polished. It's just supposed to add that protective layer of wax back on that's worn down over the past 3 months or whatever.
That is it for today. Tomorrow I'm gonna come back and finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, the guys have been working away. We've been cleaning the boat a bit. Ooh, a little messy in here. I wish there wasn't a puddle of gear oil there. But you can see that they got the engine pushed back. Sail drive still in place. Yeah, there's the shaft, the input shaft. And he already took the seal out, and he said, yeah, you could see the oil leaking out of that seal there. So he's gonna replace that seal. A little sloppier than I would like to see, but it's getting done. As long as that's not going to the bilge, which it's not. He's just got a couple rags blocking it. It's so hot, you guys. Are you dying? We got both sides of the boat, the outsides of the boat waxed, which is nice, and the back. And these guys are just finishing up with the engine here, so hopefully we get out of the marina in a bit. We're gonna run it, make sure it's not leaking, and just test it out, make sure we're all good, and then we'll get out of here.
I'm practicing my Spanish.
For?
Panama and Colombia.
I forgot how much doing like physical labor in that direct sunlight in the middle of the day like takes it out of you. The Yanmar Tech left. Engine seems good. It's not leaking. We started up, put it in and out of gear. So I guess the true test will be when we're actually running a bit. So we're actually gonna do that right now. We're gonna get off the dock. I want to show you guys how good the wax job looks here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I think it looks pretty dang good. So we got some detailing done, boat cleaned. Checked a few things off the list today. I'm tired. Sierra just pulled us out of the slip all by herself. And she didn't hit anything.
You were directing. I wouldn't consider that totally by myself.
It was all by yourself. You did so good.
You flatter me. It's been a while since this crate has come out. Today, we're going underwater. Bye, Jetty Bean.
We haven't been underwater in a while, so we went with our friends who are aboard Jubal and Loki to a small island to hunt for some invasive lionfish and see if we can scout out any lobster ledges for the approaching lobster season, which is about to open.
Lionfish don't deserve to live no matter where they are. Are you allowed to anchor here?
No idea.
Oh yeah, with the big boat? Yeah, right? That'd be pretty cool.
It's almost less rolly than it was over here.
Yeah.
You can check and see how strong this mooring is. I pulled all of our stuff out of our toy locker. It's hanging above our davits this morning.
We're always looking for new ways to have fun on the water, and I've been seeing a lot of people doing foiling dock starts, which is when you run and take off from a platform on the water, jump on the foil board, and pump away on foil. Some people can even do it just standing and jumping off of something without even running. I've been really wanting to be able to do this off the back of our boat so that I can have a little bit of fun on the foil when there's no wind and no waves. I tried a bunch of times off our stern, and it didn't seem like I was even close to being able to stay on foil and pump away. Our boat neighbor Dan, who has gotten dock starts before, suggested to try it off of an actual long dock so that you can run a bit and build up speed, because I probably was not even getting anywhere near close to foiling speed, at least with the size foil I was using. Luckily, the nearby marina had the perfect floating dock for dock starts, and there was no boats currently tied to it. My first 10 or 20 attempts were just as bad as from the back of the boat.
Clapping that.
But then I started to make some progress. I began to learn where I needed to put my hands on the board, that I had to keep the board trimmed properly, where I needed to land my feet when I jumped on the board, and that I needed to run just a little bit faster to get up to proper foiling speed. Eventually, I started to jump on the board and foil for a bit before I fell. Then I started to be able to stay on foil and pump a little bit before I fell or lost rhythm or speed. Finally, after like 100 tries, I could pump away and around the marina.
No, it's not a wipeout. He went off on purpose. He got tired.
Once I learned the technique and rhythm, it was all about my cardio endurance, which dictated how long I could pump around for in this flat water. And at the moment, that's not too long.
If we had $1 for every time someone asked, "Where does your dog go to the bathroom on the boat?" well, this boat would surely be paid off already. Jetty has been adventuring around the world for the past 11 years. She likes to swim, run, hike, and explore. There you go. The only time she's stuck on the boat all day long is when we're sailing offshore for days at a time. And this does not happen very often. She gets off the boat multiple times a day to do her business, and sometimes that includes a dinghy ride to land, and other times she's forced into being my swim buddy. Have we mentioned it's been so hot here? Well, Jetty's pretty little red hair pretty much catches on fire when we're out walking around in the direct sunlight, so she has been loving getting her exercise, swimming into the beach. And I have to say, it has become one of my very favorite parts of the day.